Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Today we're going to be trying out some Alpha Clone T5 Abyss action. This time I'm going to be trying the T5 Gamma. Previously I've been trying the T5 Exotic and it was like okay, but the thing is there could be more difficult waves and the performance I had in the easier waves was not as much as I expected. In basic road drone frigate waves, my fit right here had its shields go down to 30% around that region, and in my opinion that's not comfortable enough because rogue drone waves usually are one of the easier waves. Having the Gila come that low in its shields does not have a good taste in my mouth. I think that it will get shredded if it were to go up against like Kirby's Tyrannos or something else. But here we're going to be trying in the T5 Gamma instead of Exotic, so we'll be getting some bonus to shield HP, and that'll be great because we're going to use a passive fit right here. It's a passive fit with a shield power relay that is boosting our HP per second, and we've also got this thermal shield amplifier which is boosting our thermal resistance, which is very important for certain waves like Concord and Triglavians. So we've got a chaotic gamma right here, and one thing we will want to do is we will want to go and put some special missiles or Nova Fury light missiles. These missiles, they're sometimes better than the kinetic ones. It's really a bit of a balance because the thing is the Gila gets a bonus to thermal and the kinetic missiles. So in the Gamma site, you've reduced the explosive resistance. So sometimes the Nova Fury or the explosive missiles will be better. Sometimes the kinetic ones will be better depending on the resistance type of the NPC. And we'll also want to have some Valkyries, some Republic Fleet Valkyries, because we can't, as an Alpha clone, use the Tech 2 ones, which is very unfortunate. You used to actually be able to. I remember back in the day when I was doing Abyss, I used to use those Tech 2 medium drones. Then it's like one day, it's like, oh no, you're not allowed to use them. But luckily by then I was already Omega. But I remember back in the day when I used to be an Alpha clone doing Abyss, I was running around with the Tech 2 drones. That's not something people are going to experience anymore. For good or for bad, that is a difference that exists now that didn't exist before. Okay, put the missiles in here. To be honest, what I'll keep here is having the kinetic ones, because the kinetic ones will be better for the sleeper waves. The sleeper waves are going to be the ones that take the most amount of time to do, so just the amount of HP that is on the grid. And the gamma sites as well, they'll take a lot longer to do. 530 DPS, okay, not that bad DPS to be honest. I would have thought it would have been worse. Safe, kinetic missiles, Republic Fleet Valkyrie, and DPS. There we go. Okay, let's go and shred some abyssal entities. The T5 Gamma is good because it costs a bit less than T5 Exotic. T5 Exotic currently costs about 20 million. T5 Gamma costs about 10 million. So we will also have an easier time in terms of our defenses. We'll have more shield. Only thing is it's going to overall go slower because our missiles and our drones are going to do less DPS. One good thing is though that the Valkyries, they are quicker than the Vespers, the kinetic drones, so they will travel to their targets quicker, so it could make up for their lack of DPS. But also the NPCs are going to have their shields boosted over here, and it'll make it be a bit more of a difficult time to go and get through this site in a timely fashion. We've got these implants right here, Nirvanas, to increase our special big buffer. Hopefully it will be able to get through these Devoted Knights. Devoted Knights can be pretty nasty in terms of the DPS, especially considering that they do a lot of EM damage, which is our lowest resist by far. We've got pretty much no EM resist. We're going to try to knock these guys out before they wreck us. So yeah, 16% EM resist. That's pretty horrible right there. A wrecking shot of 1k HP. What HP, EHP do we have? 58k, 257 HP per second. Okay, we're going to sort of do a little bit of an orbit right here. Another wrecking shot. Actually, we're getting some pretty big wrecking shots from these guys. We're going to have to use a bit of skills right here. Not skills, but I mean, we're going to have to use a bit of piloting knowledge to go around. I'm holding down Q, dragging out the left mouse button. See if I can get some missile volleys going on. 24 kilometers. These guys, they do a lot of damage, and we're just going to keep up transversal to reduce the hits they do. It doesn't seem like it makes a big difference because we're getting wrecking shots left, right, and center right here. Hopefully it'll go good. The main DPS in these guys, little frigates, don't do as much DPS. They do DPS, the little frigates. Not as much, though. When you take these guys off the grid, then you're usually smooth sailing. Unless there's like a big spam of frigates, then you can have problems. But otherwise, for the most of the time, as long as the cruisers are down, it's smooth sailing. We keep up our velocity. Oh, never mind. We're webified, so we can't keep up our velocity. Might be an idea to use my missiles on these guys to actually take out the A little frigate right here. I want to help destroy this knight over here who does a lot of damage. It doesn't help that we've got no EM resist. But hopefully we'll be able to pull through. I mean, we're still not at our max HP per second, and we're getting through the second one right here. The DPS is almost halved. I like the incoming one because of the taking out those 2 of the 4 devoted knights right there. There we go. This one's almost destroyed. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, there we go. Alright, now we're pretty much in the hornet's nest right here. We've gone all deep down into them, where this is just going to be a slugfest right here. Take out them very quickly. Come on. Thing is, these Sancha guys, they have their shields boosted, and they are also predominantly a shield-based ship. So that's why we do have... Oh, we should use Nova ones, actually. Nova. There we go. Yes. The Sanchas have big shields by default. So that's why when they're getting their shields boosted... Oh, I want to stop using the Afterburner to preserve cap. When they get their shields boosted, they become pretty tanky. So you'll notice here that when their shields go through, they just armor drops so quickly because you're so used to having the shield go very slowly. And suddenly just poop, the armor goes directly. So it will be good to use explosive missiles here. We're completely neutered out. Luckily, this ship has newt-proof. We do not have any module apart from our Afterburner that uses capacitor. Our tank is completely independent of capacitor, so we do not have to worry about that. Luckily, we do have that thermal amplifier. They do a bit of thermal, these guys, so we are renegating it in that regard. So it's not like we're completely not got any resists, but it is still pretty low. I don't like the look of our shields right here. It's getting pretty low at 34%. But we've only got 1 knight to go. This alpha clone is getting through the T5 abyss pretty smoothly, actually. I would have thought it would have gone a bit like more rough, but it's not too bad, actually. I was thinking that this was going to be a pretty harsh wave because of how we've got no like EM resist. They've got boosted shields. They're going to take a longer time to go through us, or we're going to have a longer time to go through them. And then just in general that they're going to do a lot of DPS. They're going to try to wreck us, but it was alright. That was great. I'm happy about that, actually. Pretty happy. We could try an active tank later, maybe, but I'm actually, if this is a possibility, the T5 Gamma in a passive Gila like this, I would be pretty happy if it is possible, because 10 million ISK per filament is not a big price to pay for a filament. I mean, it is something, but it's not as much as like a 20 million ISK T5 exotic. And the ISK is actually pretty decent. Let's see now. I've got a table here I made quite a while ago. It's like this based on Abyss loot data. How much you get from the T5. So T5 exotic, loot per run 60 million, T5 Gamma 65. Yeah, it's pretty decent. Like, it's a little bit more than T5 exotic. There's a bit of like variance as well, but like depending on mutaplasmid prices, and sometimes the composition of the 0-point condensate, you can actually get better depending on different weather effects. So not only do we get more ISK per site, but we also on average we get more ISK per site, but then we also pay less per filament as well. So that's really great. Now the thing we have to worry about obviously is time. As I said before, time is something we have to worry about, because we're getting through these guys pretty slowly. The drones seem to have a bit of a hard time hitting them. Not only are our skills bad in terms of the DPS, but also I think our tracking is going to be worse as well. It doesn't help that we've got this like tachyon cloud nearby, making stuff all go a bit slower. I don't like the look of that time right there, but I think we will be able to get through this. Sancha waves do take a bit of time. They're not that time consuming though. The ones that will be the most time consuming is Kerberos, Tyrannos, and Ephialtes. They will be the ones who take by far the most amount of time. So those are going to be the biggest time testers. Oh, this is not looking good right here. Look at that time. Only 2 more frigates. 2 more frigates. Yeah, it's not looking good right here. I feel like for a bit of time, our drones just AFKing. They weren't doing anything really. Okay, destroy this. How much time do you have left? Oh, 6 minutes, 30 seconds. Not a good time. Not a good time. Come on, drones. Return, please. Oh, they didn't return in time? Did they return? 1 returned, I think. Oh, no. We lost a drone. It's alright. Leshak group. This is a pretty easy wave for Gammas because of how the... they've not got shields naturally. It's not affected at all. They've naturally got low explosive resist, so they're just going to die super fast. We're just going to go straight in right here and blitz these guys down as quick as we possibly can. Lock up everything. Tangling Leshaks. See that? They're almost already dead, 2 of them. Start with the missiles as well to split up their remote reps, so they're like, oh, we'll remote repair him, him. Get a bit confused. There we go. Pop, potty pop, poppity pop. Yeah, look, our light missiles almost taken out one of these guys now. The Leshak room is one of the easiest waves in the gammas, just how quick it is. No, I wanted him to attack this guy. I'll attack this guy here. There we go. Okay, great. He's destroyed. This one's destroyed. And again, if there were neuters here, it would not make any difference. The only thing is it would go a little bit slower, like in terms of speed, but no issue for our ship that doesn't use any capacitor apart from its afterburner. Split them up, lock them up. Keep a range at the gate. This really bought us a lot of time. Not a good representation of time, because we really got lucky here. Also, the minus 70% explosive resist makes it as well easier. Can be worse. With the minus 50%, that is actually a very big possibility right there. In fact, in T6, you tend to get minus 70% more than minus 50%. So in T5, you get more minus 50% resist types than minus 70%. And that is not good because it will be slower. The minus 50% goes slower. More resist, more time. Okay, split these guys up right here. Even this wave didn't take as fast as I wanted to, actually, because our drones have to like move around a bit. What is our DPS with the Novas? Yeah, 480 DPS. Not a good DPS right there. I'd have loved to have more DPS than this, but that's the thing with Alpha Clone skills, you're pretty limited. Jump through here. Oh, never mind. I forgot my drones again. I just keep forgetting my drones. I don't know what's going on with me. I usually have a very good habit of doing that, but now I'd have to not got it. Okay, this will be a good tank test right here. Kikimora wave does explosive damage. That is one of our lower resists. And just naturally, the Kikimoras do a lot of DPS. So we're going to want to just go in and take out these guys. They've got high remote repairs. DPS is going to be, like, getting enough DPS quickly is going to be very important. I'll just go make a little bit of a turn right here. Oh wait, they've got the tachyon cloud over here. It might be good to go to the side. I do not need to deal with tachyon clouds making us unable to destroy stuff. All the Kikimoras, that's all we're going to go for. Kikimoras is all we're going to go for. Look at that wrecking shot straight off the bat. There we go. Okay, take out this next second Kikimora. We've got how many? 6, 7? Something like that. There we go. He's already in armor. Looks like it's going pretty decently in terms of a tank. Not too bad tank. I mean, we have got really boss regen of 250 HP per second. Can't complain. 2 Kikimoras down, and each Kikimora is going to go quicker than the last one because it's going to be less remote repairs on grid. So they're just going to go quicker and quicker and quicker each one we destroy. The same goes with these Drekavacs right here, but Drekavacs are not the main issue. Drekavacs are pretty easy, like they don't do a whole lot of damage if you compare it to the Kikimora. Drekavacs have a lot of HP though, they take a bit of time to get through if you compare it to Kikimoras. Like Kikimoras, they're like they have a lot of teeth, those guys. Only a few of them are on grid and they're already able to get our shields to like half shields. Striking Drekavac. Got this one neuting guy over here, which I would want to take out because he's a bit annoying how he's just by himself able to neut us. No one else is neuting us. So we might make our way towards the gate and we will actually just take out this guy because this guy is being very annoying right here. Republic Fleet Valkyrie taking a bit of damage. Yeah, there we go. Easy. Okay. I think we've done the wave. That was pretty smooth. I was happy with how that went down. I would have thought we would have taken more damage, but we did not. Sometimes the Kikimora waves can be a bit unpredictable at times. They can sometimes just like decide to all engage you. Sometimes they're like very hesitant. They half of the time don't target you and these kind of stuff. So it's not easy to reproduce how easy it is to run them. Like I feel like it could be more difficult than how you saw right here. Oh, recall my drones, please. Sometimes they're like, now this guy is for some reason deciding to attack my drones. Sometimes they don't at all care about my drones, they're just everything on me. Probably because that's when I'm going to die. They just want, oh, let's do everything on him so that they can at least destroy him. Okay, my capacitor was empty right there, even though I'm not getting neutered out or anything. We'll move towards these guys because my missile is out of range. Only 24-kilometer range. That's the limitations of Alpha Clone, guys. The Alpha Clones can't have the great range that you can as Omegas. Omegas can have like 30 kilometers range. Is very nice. With the Furies. Could use Caldari Navies to get a bit better range, but not as much DPS. This ship looks pretty cool. I like this Ace of Pod Hunter skin I'm using quite right here. I'm not too big fan of the asymmetrical part of it, but otherwise it is a pretty cool skin, I think. Got some character to it with this sword right here. Yeah, we're not hitting anything with these missiles because these guys decide to just stay away from me as far as they can. We use our Afterburner to get a bit closer. Can hold down Q and move a bit closer. Actually, it's better than double clicking in space. Always a good habit to not double click in space because, I mean, if you were to crash, you'll keep on going in space. Probably go out of the abyssal depths. Probably die. Okay. Striking in Drekavac. This was pretty good time though. I think it was pretty good time. We did this in like, we finished with the second wave in like 10 minutes, so maybe 4 minutes, something like that. Thing is though, Triglavian waves in general don't pose a big of a like time threat or threat to your time. They have armor, so that is not affected by the gamma sight. They also have naturally low explosive resist, so then it's going to be reduced even more. So they're going to like have basically almost 0% resists in the damage type you're going to do, which is explosive mainly. So usually it's in a pretty easy time. They do, however, do a bit more damage to you because the Triglavians do explosive damage, and you have got your explosive resist reduced. But it seemed like we had a pretty decent time tanking these Kikimoras right here, and I was pretty happy about that. Overall, I would say with this run, I'm pretty happy with the tank. I was like, this is how I felt it should have been before when I was doing the T5 exotic. Like, I felt like our tank should remain more towards like the 50% portion, and that's what it did here. Only sometimes we went to the 30%, like when we had those devoted knights, and even then it was still pretty decent how well we were able to tank. There we go, T5 Gamma as an alpha clone with a pretty bling ship. I mean, you can obviously bling more if you were to have full set of something like high-grade Nirvanas, but alpha clones can't even use full high-grade Nirvana sets. You can only use certain implants right here that otherwise don't work without the cybernetic skill. So we're pretty happy with the tank, pretty happy with the tank right there. Might be seeing, I think what I'll test next is an active tank. I'll see as potential fits for being doable as an alpha clone. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video right here. Hope I inspired you to try more things as an alpha clone. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.